Hey everyone. So this is Rebecca with Red True Crime, and we are going to talk about a couple of things. Um, I just became made aware of an awful, awful case of child abuse that happened in High Point, North Carolina, and the photographs alone. Hey, Teresa. The photographs alone. I don't know how this person walked away with what little time they got. So let's see, when did this happen? In March of this year, March 1st, 2025. A woman by the name of Amisha Yatina Johnson was babysitting a 1-year-old boy named Sky. Now, she says she put him in the bathtub and walked away, and he was messing with the knobs, and all hell broke loose. So essentially, what happened is, according to her, she walked away, and when she came back, he had turned the water up so high that he gave himself third-degree burns. Now, I don't know if you all understand the degree of burns. Like, first degree is like where the skin gets red. Second degree is where the skin blisters, and third degree is where the skin blisters and basically starts falling off. That is third degree burns. So, she was charged with felony child neglect, felony neglect, child abuse that caused serious injury. That is what she was charged with. And they finally pled the whole thing out. I believe it was yesterday, and she got 23 months of probation. 23 months. So I'm going to show you a photo of what this child's feet look like, and you tell me if that was enough time. Let me pull this up. There we go. Hopefully, you can see this on my phone. Those are his feet after he had it in boiling water. This is a black child. He now has pink feet. So you tell me, do you think she deserved to come out of that jail and just on probation? This woman has massive criminal history. Because it doesn't take much. She's in Guilford County, and she has got a history of basically assault, stealing, speeding. Let's see, what's this one for? This is in Randolph County. It's pending. Assault again. So she likes to smack around on people and hurt people and defraud people. So more assault, domestic violence. This is not a good person. This is not a good person at all. So let's see. Let me show you a picture of this person who was given a hell of a deal to be able to do whatever the hell she wanted. This is her. This is Amisha Etinia Johnson. This chick right here. This chick who should, in my opinion, be buried under the damn jail. That child is probably going to need plastic surgery on his feet. When you lose skin like that, the nerve endings are raw. He's feeling every bit of pain and heat and cold. He can't get comfortable. They're having to keep him on morphine, and that doesn't even take away the pain. He probably has to have skin grafts done to get his skin back on his feet. That is what that woman did to that baby. He's 1 years old. She's claiming he did that to himself, that she put him in the tub and he got up, started playing with the dials, and he burned his feet like that. Do you have any idea how hot that water would have to get and how long he would have to be in that water for that to happen? And what's even worse, when that happened, she didn't even call 911. She did nothing. She waited for his aunt or somebody to come home, and then they're like, "What the hell?" Yeah, she didn't even call the paramedics for this kid. So why did she only get 23 months of probation, and why, with her extensive criminal history, especially physical criminal history of, like, assault and whatnot, why did she only get 23 months probation? So I'm telling you right now, High Point PD, Greensboro PD, pretty much all the PDs in North Carolina can just suck it because they're freaking jokes, you know? And, prosecutors too. They're all jokes, every single one of them, because there's no way in hell she should be out walking around people. She shouldn't be. No way. No way whatsoever. None. I just don't understand it. I don't understand it at all. I mean, that little boy's parents, I mean, they have got to be feeling murderous. I know I would be if one of my kids that happened to one of my kids. I screw calling the police. You're already dead. I'm going to prison for murder because you did that to one of my kids. That's horrific. Absolutely horrific and god awful. God. Okay. So I have a slight update on Emma, Henderson, the 15-year-old that went missing last week on the 16th. More news are coming in. It's possible she's with a relative and she did not want to be in foster care. So she may not have been abducted. She may have left of her own volition, but she's 15 years old. So she doesn't get to make that decision. Um, so she's probably with some relatives, which means she may, I mean, from what I understand, these relatives are not the best people. And there's a lot of drugs and a lot of prostitution and a lot of stuff going on there. So she needs to get found and she needs to get back with whoever can keep her safe because this case is ridiculous. But so that's a little bit of an update on that. Marissa Carmichael, that case is starting to come back up again. We're getting more and more true crime aficionados, podcasters, Reddit authors that are writing articles about this, and they're basically espousing the same story that Marissa's mom is putting out there, and that she was being stalked, that the stalker got her, or that she's being trafficked. So let me say this. I I myself and the detective that was originally on her case did not believe she was being trafficked, did not believe that she was being stalked because the person they're claiming was stalking her is the person she got in a car with. Why would you get in the car with your stalker? Doesn't make any sense. Um, so like I said, Sarah Carmichael, Marissa's mom, is going to believe what she wants to believe. She's going to put out whatever story she wants to hear, wants you all to believe and hear and all that stuff. And that's her business. That's her business. But, and however, I will say this. I do not think Marissa went with anybody that was a stalker. I don't think she was being stalked. She did get involved with some not so safe guys. Um, she had just gotten busted with a dude named Justin Osmond about 3 weeks before she went missing. This is a guy who led police on a high-speed chase, had multiple felonies and all that stuff, and he was causing problems. So, she got involved with some really not great people. So, really any one of them could be involved in her disappearance, but I don't know because it's been now almost 2 years. 2 years. It'll be 2 years in January that she's been missing, and there's been no hide, no hair of her whatsoever. Um, so I don't know what to say about this anymore because there's just not been an update. There's nothing, and I'm not saying that her family should ever give up on finding her, but I can understand how discouraging it is at times. And the people closest to Marissa, the people that were out with her that night, they know what happened. I have a feeling not all of them may know, but I have a feeling a few of them know what happened to her. And until they talk, there may never be closure to that case. So, if any of you people that were with her that night have a conscience, say something. But, like I said, the whole thing's a mess. But, oh my god, I mean, you saw the kid's feet. You saw those feet. What is that about? I mean, what could this infant I mean, he's not an infant, but what could this barely a toddler do to you for you to react like that? I mean, you've got to be mentally ill. You've got to be, in my opinion, to do something like that, because you only have children that get, feet burns like that where they're held down in water like that, and they're just held down. How does that even happen? the screaming that child had to do, how do you even listen to that? I mean, Sky's parents, I feel for them, you know, I can only imagine where his little feet are at this point, it's oh god, so this happened in March, so 6 months ago? I would love to know how he's doing, if he's doing any better, but her getting 23 months of probation is nonsense. Complete and total nonsense, and I'm sorry, I think Guilford County has completely done a disservice to this family by letting her have 23 months of probation considering her criminal history. There's no way on earth that should have been like that. No way. No fricking way. So, yeah, yeah. So, that's all I really wanted to talk about tonight was that because that's upsetting. I saw those photos and I just it made me sick to see it. It really did. And then, we've got the ongoing case of, Celeste, what was her name? Celeste Rivera, the girlfriend of the singer David. More and more is going on about that, but I would love to know why he's not been put in handcuffs yet and why her family hasn't been implicated in any of this because they had to know who the hell she was with, you know? There's no way that they didn't know what was going on. So, I don't know. Like I said, I'm interested to see what happens with this case once they start arresting people because I'm sure some arrests are gonna be soon. Very, very soon. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna hop off here. It's a poor baby. I swear to God, that baby is gonna be on my mind all night. But, so keep an eye out for Emma Henderson. She's still out there running around loose, but she might be with family, and she's not supposed to be. Um, and if you see this Amisha Johnson chick, just punch her in the face. I don't do that. Never mind. I take that back. Nope, I'm not talking violence. But if you see her, like I said, I don't know how this woman is walking around thinking she's safe. I don't know. But, anyway, I'm gonna hop off here. So as I always say, be weird, be rude, be safe. I'm exhausted, still getting over the flu, and you all have a good night. And keep your eyes open for those that are missing. Bye.